ingredients there. So I don't know about you, but like ingredients are all there. Highest high. If we pull back, there's room for a higher low. If we just go sideways, there's room to continue this in the upward direction. Break. I mean, just like no reason to be a mega bear on the 4 hour time scale. Bulls are still in control here on the ES. Now, could you maybe start to pay attention to a little bit of a pullback that steps in towards this area? Of course, right? If you're a believer that okay, Mag 7 ETF, right, is going to pull in because of this Google headline about hey, we're going to dilute a little bit. We're going to get that $80 billion. I wouldn't say it's $80 billion of dilution, but you get the idea. It's some dollar amount of that. I don't know exactly how to do the math with the Berkshire Hathaway component. Anyways, you get the idea. If that's going to be a headwind for the Mag 7, then like, is it possible that the market pulls in a little bit? I wouldn't say it's insane. I wouldn't say it's unreasonable thought to have, right? As we sort of come in a little bit. So, that's one thing that I'm thinking about because it's all the hyperscalers. It's not just Google that's coming in. You get Microsoft coming in. You got Amazon coming in. Meta had a horrible day yesterday. Let's say ME for Meta. Just a terrible day on Meta, right? So your hyperscalers are definitely pulling back a little bit. Now, you look at an Oracle of the world and suddenly you realize, okay, it's not just data centers, it's these hyperscalers. You look at an NBIS of the world, these neoclouds, and you're like, okay, it's just the hyperscalers, it's just Microsoft, Meta, Google, Amazon. It's that group of names, it's the Mag 7 names that are kind of coming in a little bit, right? So that's that. ES futures look great. Hard to say anything overly bearish at the index level. We know that there's maybe a threat from the Mag 7, but aside from that, SMH, just flip this on its head. You go take a tour over to the SMH and suddenly you're thinking to yourself, really? We're bearish at the index level and the SMH is gapping up to new highs? I don't think so, right? I just don't think so. So that's the bottom line. And if you're like, what are you talking about? Just go over here, look at a Google real quick. We'll do it as it's related to the S&P 500, right? You can look at your Google. You can see it's down over here. You can go look at a Microsoft of the world. You can see Microsoft lower on sympathy to that Google move. You can take a look at Amazon. You can see lower on sympathy to that move. You can look at Meta over here, and you can see lower through the overnight. But just yesterday, brutal action intraday anyways. Look at this. I mean, completely unwinding that, right? We'll get into the core list of companies, of course. I'm just trying to give us a broader perspective of how this all comes together for the ES, right? We just saw the Mag 7. We could use the proxy. It's literally MAGS, right? In case you're not familiar. Shout out Magz in the chat. This is Mags 7, but Mags E with the Y. Don't get it confused. Do not get it confused. Mags, what do we have? I mean, look at the lower. Look at the lower, right? You can see it there. And then you're like, okay, hang on a second. Go to the SMH, right? And all of a sudden you think to yourself, hang on a second. Hang on a second. I'm bearish because the Mag 7? How about this? I mean, you're gapping up to a new high, right? So what are we doing here? Talking about overly bearish the market with semiconductors ripping to a new high. Go to Marvel, right? Marvell. Just because Jensen says it gets the magic blessing, right? Right? It's $200 billion company, right? It's $200 billion company. Jensen says it belongs at 1T. That's a 5x, right? So, I mean, are we going to 1,000? Are we going to 1,000 on Marvel? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Go for a little 5xer? Sure. Anyways, point still stands. Marvel, ripping to new highs, right? You even go look at an NVIDIA. NVIDIA gapping up this morning. So forget about Mag 7 completely getting crushed. Your hyperscalers maybe, but NVIDIA looks great for them. Let's go on over to an ARM. ARM's hanging in there high and tight. Look at where we're at on the daily chart. Just incredible on ARM. Going over to a Dell. Dell looks good here. Go to an HPE. Not that these guys are directly semiconductor. Any ticker we ever talk about, assume I hold a position. NVTS, definitely hold a position. ARM, definitely hold a position. Dell, definitely hold just a little bit, unfortunately. I've trimmed out of most of my Dell here. Anyway, so just when I look around, yeah, I mean, Google on the offering there is not faring too well. But then we go on over to the ES and we're like, okay, well, we're really just back in range. So the main point of going through that tour, the main point of just kind of looking through some of these components that are moving up and down is to kind of illustrate the push-pull, right? This is not just a market that's being dominated by the Google headline. It's kind of counteracted by maybe the HPE headline on earnings. It's counteracted by, you could say, the Marvel headline.